Hi, and welcome to Cooking Khmer Food with Kimson. I'm your host, Kim, and I just want to say thank you for viewing my video today. And I got a lot of requests from friends and co-workers and people that I know wanted me to make a video about how to make egg rolls. So today I'm going to show everyone how to make egg roll. And so the ingredients that you're going to need, you're going to need some onion. So I already peeled this. Carrots. So here, you know, depending on people, if they like a lot of carrot, or this is a good size, so I'm just gonna put 1 carrot and 1 onion, and then cabbage. And so I'm gonna show you how to chop these, what size they need to be. And then, you know, I'm gonna need some clear noodle. These are the clear noodles. So here are the clear noodles, how they look. So they're just clear, and these are used in egg rolls. So what you're gonna do is put it in a water. Here I got a bowl of warm water, not too hot because you don't want it to cook, you just want it to soften it. So you're gonna put 4 of these into the bowl here. And so you can find these at your local Asian food store. So like in Rochester, we have the Asian food store, it's one of them, Lee Market. And then you got the Asian Pacific, and then you got the Saigon. So you can get these at the local Asian store, and sometimes you can find these at our Hy-Vee too. I think they might carry these as well in Hy-Vee. I don't know about Walmart, but and I know Cup Food, they have some Asian ingredient as well. So let's get started. Oh, and you'll need a grounded pork, no seasoning, just plain grounded pork. And I know that Silver Lake store also have it. You can call and order, or else you can go to all of the local Asian store. They carry these also. But at other stores, I know Hy-Vee, they also have grounded pork, but Walmart do not. So that's important. I'm gonna show you the measurement of each of the onion, the carrot, and the cabbage. So, and then the other ingredient is I'm gonna be putting soy sauce, MSG, and then I'm gonna put chicken powder, and then some sugar. So let's get started. We're gonna show you how to cut the vegetable. So I'm gonna move the camera a little bit closer. So I'm gonna show you how to cut the onion. So you're gonna cut it in half, and I'm gonna use the whole onion. And so I'm not gonna cut these off yet, because if you cut it, this part here, this is what is holding the onion in place. So what I'm gonna do is just slicing here, and then make it into a dice. I'm gonna slice it about 1/4 inch each. And then what you do is take this part here, and then you're putting pressure in the back here, and then you can start slicing small. So that way the onion doesn't move. Yep, and sometimes you're gonna get a watery eye, so it's used, you know, it's gonna be a little bit painful first, but you want to do it quickly so that way you don't burn your eyes. So here's the part that you're not gonna use, and I think it's pretty. Then you want to take that part out, because that's a little bit tougher. So with the onion, I only do 1 cup of onion. So I'm gonna get my measuring cup here. So I'm gonna have because it's good to measure, because if you don't, you're not gonna get a consistent taste. So I need a little bit more. Just gonna cut it some more here. So I can feel the burn right now. Because all the onion, as everybody knows, it's not easy to cut the onion. That's the only hard part of making the egg roll is the onion. So I'm gonna put like 1 cup of onion. So that's your first ingredient. And this will serve 40 egg roll wrap. So when you do go and purchase the egg roll wrap, make sure you get this brand. And then also look at the sodium, because there's some that is 500 milligram of sodium. That's gonna be salty. And if you get the 500 milligram of the spring roll wrap that has a lot of salt, that's gonna make the ingredient super salty. So this one is only have 55 milligrams, so very little salt. And other brands, so I would recommend you to make sure you look at the sodium. Make sure you look in the back for that nutritious facts, because if there's a lot of sodium in it, the ingredient I'm providing to you will not be good at all. It's gonna be super salty, and then you're gonna go, wow, Kim, you may, the ingredient that you given to me is so salty. Well, this is the reason why. So make sure you look at the sodium level and make sure it's 100 or less. If it's 250, it's okay. Anything 500, avoid. So the next part is I'm going to show you how to shred the carrot, and that's going to be another cup, or some people might want it 2 cups. So with carrot and cabbage, I usually would make it 2 cups. So you're gonna start from the bigger side, and the thinner side would be the last. So I'm gonna start shredding. You don't want to have long pieces. You just want it about like a 1 inch or 1.5 inch, but anything longer than 1.5 inches is too long, and that would be harder when you're wrapping it. So this is how I'm doing, just shredding it. So for people who like a lot of vegetable, this is perfect. The carrot is going to provide a little sweetness into it, natural sweetness. So that's why it's always good to have carrot added to the egg roll. So there's some that would have different way of making egg roll, but this is what I was taught by my mom. She's an incredible cook, and I've learned so many cooking skill from my mom, and I'm very thankful that she had taught all of our kids how to cook. And it's important because this is not easy, and getting the taste to have a balance. And most importantly, when you're cooking, is that you have to make sure the sweetness and the saltiness really combine with each other very well. And if they don't, then your cooking is gonna be a little bit off the taste. So that's my kind of pointer for new cookers, that they need to make sure that they understand about the method of using salt and sugars. Just those two are very important, because you want it to balance. For people who like it a little sweeter, then they want to make sure they put their more sugar to it. But if people that do not like sweet, then they want to cut down on the sugar. Like for myself, I don't really like it when it's too sweet, so I want it balanced. So I usually like the saltiness a little bit overpower the sweetness. So that's why my ingredient is going to be different for people who might like sweeter. So I'm going to put this into a cup. So I want the carrot to be 2 cups. So almost there. You can see here. So now I'm gonna come to this side and start. Okay, there we go. That is 2 cups. So I'm gonna pour that in. Just don't want things to go to waste. You can just add a little bit more into here. Okay. So now it's time for the cabbage. I'm gonna do the same. It's gonna be 2 cups as well. So what I usually like to do is cut it into smaller section. It's easier to kind of cut it into smaller pieces. So what I like to do is, as you can see, it's like an angle. And so I like to cut it like just into thinner pieces this way. And you don't have to make it too fine of it, you know. So as you can see here, it's like similar how you make a coleslaw, kind of, but not too big. Just a little bit smaller than how you would cut the cabbage to make your own coleslaw. And after that, you're gonna bring it up, because when you had it to angle, it's kind of hard for you to cut. But when you cut that a little bit down, now you can turn it and kind of get easier to hold it. So this process goes a little bit quicker, so you don't have to get it, you know, exact length or anything, as long as it's into smaller pieces. Then after that, I would chop it a little bit more like this. Then I would put it in here. So there you go. And then I would do the same here. And then I'm gonna put it, so you wanna compact it a little bit, so that way here's 2 cups. So there you go. So you have, this is the vegetable. You have onion, carrot, and cabbage. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to cut the clear noodle. So the clear noodle, as you can see, is like a string. So you want to cut it into a smaller pieces. So I already drained the water. So you want to make sure you drain the water completely. And then after that, you're going to take it and then you're going to cut it into smaller pieces, about 1 inch. And some people, you know, 1 inch or 1.5 inches, because when you wrap, it's easier for you when you wrap the egg roll. So later on, I will show you how to do that once the ingredient is complete. So it's like you're cutting here. So if you're wanting to be a barber or anything, you can, you know, use this as an example. So I don't have to worry about. So it doesn't have to be perfect. So you can go just all over, and you can see it's the smaller pieces here. So after that, I'm gonna put 2 cups as well. So okay, so here is 2 cup, you're gonna press it down, compact it a little bit, and then gonna dump it in there. So I'll move this to a side. And then for the meat part, it's gonna be, gotta wear my gloves. The grease, or not the grease, but I don't want any pork. And it's much more cleaner to really blending the ingredients together. So for the pork, you can seasoning it a little bit with salt, but I'm gonna do that all at once. So also I'm gonna go buy two cup as well. So I just use kind of compress a little bit. So, and the meat, it doesn't have to be exactly. You can have more depending on people preference. So here is 2 cups. So once I have that all mixed, all the ingredients like that, so I'm gonna put the mix. Now I'm gonna start seasoning it. So first, I'm gonna start putting some chicken broth. So I'll take these out because I don't need this yet. So I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of chicken broth. And these you can get it at your local Asian food store, as I mentioned earlier before. So you're gonna just spread it. So you can put 2 tablespoons. And if you like a little bit saltier, then you can put more. And then I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon of sugar. So just 1. So I'm gonna just spread it like that. Then I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And you gotta look at your sodium level again if you're gonna use different kind of soy sauce. So because that's very important. If you don't look at the sodium level and then you just use it. So this one, the sodium level is let's see here. So this one is 890. So if you're gonna follow my instruction, make sure you're getting something similar to the sodium level. So this is the soy sauce that I use. And then I'm gonna put one tablespoon of garlic powder. So that will bring the aroma kind of smell a little bit. So you want to spread it just like that. So you just need only 1. And then for the black pepper, depending on people, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of black pepper. So I'm going to spread that all over as well. And then for MSG, it's just 1/4 of a teaspoon for MSG. So for the salt, I'm gonna be putting 1/2 teaspoon. So the salt is mostly gonna be poured on the meat, not mostly on the vegetable. So this is where you want the meat to have, so it's just mostly on the meat when I'm putting the salt, because then the meat will have some saltiness to it when you take a bite of the egg roll. So once you have all the ingredients, you're gonna put back on the glove, and then you're gonna squeeze the salt that you just put on the grounded pork, so that way it's just focusing on the grounded pork only. this is not the best glove. If you have one of those surgeon glove, it's better. This glove is just a little bit loose, so I have to pull it back and forth. And now you're gonna start blending the other ingredients into the vegetable, and then the onion and the carrot. So and that's about it. So you're gonna mix it until everything is blended very well. And okay, I had to change my glove because the other glove was just hard, so I had to get the kind of surgeon glove, and you can get this at a lot of the like Walmart or other grocery store. They have these. You can go into the pharmacy area and you'll find them. So you wanted to get it like all kind of mixed like this, all sticky. As you can see, the meat, everything is balanced when you measure it. You know, like one cup of onion, because you don't want to overpower the onion. So that's why I only use 1 cup. But if people like it, a lot of onion, you can put 2 cups and have everything too. But the onion one is just, you have, you know, the strong aroma, and some people might not like that taste, the onion taste kind of filling in their mouth. So once you have it like this, so what you're gonna do is have it settle for a couple hours before you start rolling your egg rolls. So, and this is how it should look like. Okay, before you start wrapping, you're gonna need 1 egg. You're gonna crack it and put into a small kind of bowl here. So what you're gonna do is that you're gonna whip the egg roll. So the egg, whip the egg. So what the egg is used for is to seal the egg roll wrap, so that way it doesn't fall apart when you frying the egg. So that's why you'll need to get 1 egg. So this is like your sealer. So then you're gonna need a spoon, because you're gonna always measure it, like get it to be the same. So like example here, then I'm gonna use the fork. So because it's important that you have a consistency of size. So as you can see, this is about the size, and what you're gonna do is put it at the corner of the egg roll wrap. Is like a square, so it's gonna be at the corner of one of the 4 corners. So, and then you're gonna shape it like into a straight line, and you want to try to get it close to the edge here. So once you get to that part, so what you're gonna do is start wrapping it, and then you're gonna put pressure to kind of get it kind of evenly. And then when you get halfway here, this is where you're gonna start folding the egg roll wrap. So you're gonna fold into like a envelope kind of. And so what you're gonna do is start going all the way here. And then you get to this part is when you use your hand, and then you would seal it. So again, I'm gonna show you one more. You don't have to, you know, first time you're not gonna get it perfect, but so the egg roll wrap is very thin, and so when you peel it, you don't wanna really use a lot of force. You just want to have it peel easily. And so you're gonna let it, when you buy it from the Asian food store, it's gonna be frozen, so you let it thaw a little bit, not all the way thaw, or else it's gonna be hard to peel the egg roll wrap. So again, I'm gonna use the spoon to kind of measure it. Then I'm gonna put it at the one of the corner closest to you. here is when I'm gonna wrap it, and then you're gonna just kind of compress it to get it like a nice evenly distributed through the egg roll wrap. And then when you get to this part is when you fold. So some people, they're good at this, like especially my wife, she's good at folding the egg roll. And then you just keep on continue. And then this is how it would look like. Then you would seal it with the eggs. And I guess that's why they call it egg rolls. So there you go. Hi, and welcome. I'm gonna show you how to fry the egg roll. So what you wanna do when you're frying the egg roll, you wanna put a chopstick, and when you do put the chopstick in, you'll get a bubbly. That means the oil is nice and hot. So what I'm gonna do, turning it from high to placing it at 4. So this way it doesn't burn the egg roll when you have it too high. So you want it to kind of cool and get it consist of fry, like the oil heating. So you just drop it in like this. And so what is very important is that you're gonna need to turn the egg roll. So I usually put 10 to 15 depending on if you have a big frying pan, but if you have a smaller one, then you don't want to put too many because you want to be able to turn your egg roll so it's not too crowded. So, and this is how you would want to continue to turn the egg roll. You see, if it's too hot, you get it burned fast. So you keep on frying it, and as you can see, it's turning golden brown a little bit, and that's what you want. And you want it all evenly golden. So that's what I usually cook this about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the heat of the oil. But usually 10 minutes is until the egg roll start floating. Then you know that the egg roll is fully cooked. Because when it's not floating, that means it's still the pork is not cooked yet. So there you go. That's a little concept that I learned. Okay, as you can see now, the egg roll is getting to be golden brown, and so I'm going to put it. If you have one of these kind of metal racks, so what is nice is that it allows the oil to drip, and it's allow it to be really crispy. So, and I bought this at the Asian store, and you can ask them to see if they have it. But it's kind of nice when you're deep frying egg roll or other kind of like chicken or anything. So this is very useful. So here you go, and this is served with sweet and sour, and you can get this sweet and sour chili sauce at your Asian store. Well, thank you guys for watching my video, and so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see other video that I'll be coming out. So I'm gonna be dipping in the sauce and give it a taste. So good. So next time, have fun eating, and see you next time. Bye.